Hey guys, working on the shower. That's a pretty smooth cut. We used the jigsaw. We made this little template and traced we just took a little piece of wood, measured a center, measured out 3 inches, and then put a screw in the center and had a pencil and it went round and round. Made us a good circle. And then we cut it with the sawzall. We had a metal cutting blade on the sawzall. This needs to be just almost not really perfect, about 3/16 play, the depth, how it's set inside of that, so that so you only want it to stick through a certain depth. That way when you put your cover on, it seals against your tile, and that can be kind of tricky to figure if you don't have the surface already tiled yet. So what I did is I made this little thing here, and so I'm not sure how it's going to work because I've now got it cut, but the thought was we'll mount it to this and we'll adjust it as we need to, because the back of this wall will be open, so I can go ahead and crimp this in place, and then I can put this in here, screw through the front, and then attach it to the side, and it'll be set in place. And I did the copper is just so it would hopefully be leak free, and it'd be easier to turn down. I don't have a lot of room between these studs, so, and it definitely don't have any room to tighten any type of threaded connection. So I got this copper piece. I'll have a hole drilled there, and then I've got my hole cut up there for the rest for the shower. I'll have the same board for that up there, so that you can adjust it, to get it right. Which it doesn't have to be as perfect because you're just going to have a cover plate going over it. So, moving along. So we are getting ready to seal these joints on the Durock, and we've got some tape. Let me see if I can find the wrapper. So this is fiber tape, cement board tape. My question was to the manufacturer was right here at the floor. So they recommended using the tape and the cement to seal it to the floor, and then you go back and you put your waterproof membrane. So I'm just adding that first. I'm gonna put three layers, kind of like I did in this corner. I put a layer in the corner, and I put another layer out here just to help reinforce that corner real well, and then one strip on the seams here. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments, because this is my first time doing this. I've done a good bit of research, but I want to be able to share some of this knowledge with people who are a little bit on the fence about it, and maybe just have a little questions kind of getting started. So try to help out when I've been helped. I'm not too concerned about around the top. You're going to hardly have any water up there. I'll probably take some good waterproof silicone caulking and just caulk that, or just have the drywallers fill that in. I think that'll be sufficient for that. So let's go get our mud mixed up. So guys, I'm going to show you what we're using as far as our mortar seal. So this is speed set. I believe I'll have to look because I done cut the bag in half. Rapid setting thin set mortar. Yeah. So whenever I asked the manufacturer, they just recommended using a polymer modified. That means this has polymer added to it, and so it's going to be better for applying the waterproofing on top of. So this is polymer modified. It says exceeds ANSI A11 A4 8.4 and A11 8.11. And so what I did, I marked the center of the bag. I'm just going to do half a bag, which a full bag calls for 3 quarts of water, so we're going to do 1.5 quarts. And I just marked the center of the bag, used a rod, stuck it in the center, lifted up. Once I cut the top edge, it folds perfectly in half. You got half a bag. And so we're going to pour the water in the bucket first, mix the mortar, and then it's going to be real soupy, but thick enough to apply, and that way it squeezes into the joints. And so we're going to go inside and Alright guys, I just got done. I'm gonna glance over it one more time, make sure I didn't miss anything, miss any screw holes, because I almost did. So I got all my joints mudded. I'm pretty happy with them. You can still see a little bit of the tape, but we're not trying to, it's not a sheetrock wall, we're not trying to cover the tape up. We just want to press the mud in and then clean it off. And so just because you can see some of the tape, it's fine. It's all filled in. I got a good clean feel on my corner there. I feel good about that. It's going to harden up. I pressed a lot in, and you can see my my floor here looks nice. I got a lot of coverage on it. I got a good seal. This crack here, I'm going to fill in with self-leveling, and so we're going to fill that in with self-leveling, so it'll come up to the top of the floor. I'm not worried about any of that or that crack there. I might squeeze a little bit in that joint right there before I leave, but I went ahead and put a little bit on the sheetrock, more or less on this side, just kind of feather a little bit, and then the sheetrock guy can mud, and won't be any problem there. I did leave that. I'm just going to get some silicone caulk, some bathroom caulk, probably some nap. I think that's what I got out there. That works really well, and I'll caulk that, and that'll be done. Glad to have this part done.